One best class setup for every single gun type: assault rifle, LMG, SMG, sniper, marksman rifle, and battle rifles, hand-tuned and tested in Warzone 2 for you. At the end of every class setup explanation, there's going to be time for one screenshot with all the tuning in one picture. Assault rifle, we're going with the TAC 56. That is the SCAR. Alone with the optic already, and that would be the Schlager 3.5 times, which has way less visual recoil than the VLK because it's only 3.4 times. The gun already has minimal recoil and can absolutely laser beam on distance. Now we're talking about super long range though, and that needs bullet velocity. So for the barrel, we're going for the 17.5 Tundra Pro barrel, which gives us damage range and bullet velocity. Here we're looking for a bonus of aim down sight speed because of the damage range. We're shooting on the very last one, doesn't really matter, and recoil steadiness. Then, because super long range again, we need the high velocity rounds that we can tune also towards recoil steadiness instead of going maximum bullet velocity. And here, damage range and smoothness can stay the same. For the muzzle, it has turned out from multiple tests that the Komodo Heavy just performs best with only horizontal recoil on gun kick control and recoil stabilization. Now, I've noticed something at Warzone 2 for me. With the magazines, I would usually go for the 60 round mag because you want to beam it away. But most of the time, the way how people walk and the way how the cover is verticality and whatsoever, people run behind cover before you can go through all the 60 bullets. So I stay with 30, since either I down him with 30 or I reload and then I go again as soon as he runs out of cover, even in quads. You can obviously put the 60 mag on if you want to, but I go here with a rear grip for recoil control. Why grip over stock? Because the grip can be tuned towards recoil steadiness and aiming idle stability, where the stock can't be tuned. And if you're actually looking at the values, the recoil control that the grip does is slightly higher than the recoil control that the stock does. If we're now putting this into the firing range, we have an absolute monster that we can just keep on any distance. Now don't forget to make your screenshot. Battle rifles, I had a long discussion with myself which would be the best, and I'm going with a Lachmann 762 because you can really spam that away. Now we're putting on again the Schlager 3.4 times tuned on far and aim down sight speed, but if we're now shooting this away without any attachment, yeah, it's left and right kind of all over the place. We don't like this. But easily, since it goes left and right and all over the place, for the muzzle, you're going to be choosing the Socken Tread 40, which does seem to do a little bit more than the others, and tune this for recoil stabilization and gun kick control. On the barrel, we do have a couple to choose from, but the Lachmann Rep barrel for damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control seems to do the most recoil control, and tuning on steadiness and aim down sight speed works very well. Now, since the gun is a single shot spammer and we already have a decent bullet velocity on the battle rifles, I tend to go for the under barrel here with a VX Pineapple and tune this towards aim down sight speed a little bit. And then rear grip, again, I'm going for the bonus of recoil control and tune that towards recoil steadiness and aiming idle stability. If we're now bringing this into the gun range, you can actually spam this away, but it's not even about the spamming away. What you can do is one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. So you can easily keep this on one point as soon as you have it once on, instead of trying to just brutally spam it away. Worst case scenario, you can really click it fast away. SMGs are all very good, but there's one that has my love, and that's the FANUC. The thing has 45 rounds, so it never runs out of bullets. One downside though, the iron sight is quite, I mean, you can keep it on, but I, as a mouse and keyboard player, need my Chrono Mini Pro that we're then tuning towards far and aim down sight speed. Now, for the barrel, there's only one to choose from, and that's the ignition barrel. It gives us damage range, bullet velocity, and bullet velocity is really important because the FANUC-based bullet velocity is ass and recoil control. We can tune this towards recoil steadiness and also aim down sight speed if we want to, because the damage range increase is still there. Then we're going to put on a laser for faster ADS speed. And with these four attachments, you already have a very good ADS, fast running laser beam on any distance. If you now feel like your recoil is not good enough, you can put on the muzzle with a horizontal and vertical recoil control, Bruin Cubic Comp, and tune this also towards recoil stabilization and gun kick control if you want to. Or if you're saying you want more ADS speed, you can look for the underbarrel, which would be the shark fin. It does aiming idle stability that you then can tune towards aim down sight speed and aim walking speed to actually increase your aim walking speed a bit and your aim down sight speed even more. Click, click. LMGs are straight up fantastic, and the RAL is really good, but oh my god, is it loud, and you have problems shooting people off head glitches. I have to say with the RPK, I've been having most success in the actual matches. And if you do actually DMZ, you can unlock the caution tape blueprint, which looks quite fantastic, but the attachments were shit. Optic wise, we're going straight up again for my friend the Schlager 34 on far and aim down sight speed. And shooting this gun away, you do notice, yes, you can, but the sight is having a lot of wobble inside the sight, and that we don't want. Barrel wise, we have nothing to choose from, so do not think about a barrel. We're straight up going for the muzzle here, and since the gun is kind of all over the place, I've been doing very good with a Thai LR8 on horizontal recoil control. If I add a vertical, it seems to always put a little bit more shake into the sight itself. Ammunition wise, obviously we do need the high velocity because we do not have a barrel to give us the bullet velocity. Still, we're tuning this towards recoil steadiness to make the gun feel even better. On the barrel, there is the pineapple grip, and you want the pineapple grip, but it can also be a little bit aimed down sightier, and that's the good thing about the RPK. It's not very sluggish and slow. Again, people would usually choose the stock now for the recoil control, but if we're comparing that minimal of recoil control to, again, what the rear grip does, it just does better, and you can tune it towards recoil steadiness. And after that realization, every gun just has felt so much better with these attachments that I can just continuously beam it away very good and really get all my shots on any distance. Ka-ching! Next up, the marksman rifles. For me, the Saab, because the Saab recocks really super fast. And that makes me love the gun super much. For Warzone 2, very happy with the F-Tech Charlie 7.5. If we're now putting this into the firing range, I just love how this looks. It has like the slight big black bar that you can align, and then it has just the red dot to really put on the opponent's heads. You do not have to tune this because your aim down sight speed is very good, and we really don't want to tinker with any kind of flinch resistance. We're going to put on a laser, and that's the Coriolis for aim down sight speed and aiming stability. For the barrels, we sadly don't have one that gives us bullet velocity. There is one at the end that I don't know how to unlock anyhow. So we're going for the ZLR Talon to just give us the bonus of bullet velocity. And yes, we can tune this even further towards bullet velocity. And here we can actually choose aim down sight speed over smoothness. Ammunition, we also do need the high velocity rounds, 100% no question, with a bullet velocity. And here, demonstrating your recoil smoothness does not matter. We do want to have aiming stability though, because you don't want your gun to sway all over the place. And that's where I'm going with a stock, because stocks traditionally do the most aiming stability possible. But you can also tune this a little bit towards aim down sight speed. And with this, you do actually have the Saab be very fast aim down sight speed wise, right? And it has a decent aiming stability. Not terrible. You can hold your focus, and especially after shooting, you're not too far away from your shot. So you're still on the same plane after shooting, and it doesn't like go, and that makes me love the Saab and the reshooting of the Saab very much. There's nothing to see here. Sniper rifles are all fantastic, and the MCPR sounds absolutely brilliant. I wanted to go for the SPX, but I couldn't come up with a very satisfying build. I settled for the LAB. The LAB is brilliant. Most importantly, it comes with a very good sight already. That one is just a straight black dot that you can put on everywhere. And if you need to, you can zoom a little bit in or out. I've been really liking that, especially the dot at the end makes it easy for me to get my shots on. For the barrel, you do have the 23.5 barrel for a huge chunk of bullet velocity, and we want to tune this a little bit towards aim down sight speed because it makes things better. You could also go for aim walk movement speed over recoil steadiness because you are going to be aiming down and maybe like walking a little bit left and right. Here, we're definitely going to put on a suppressor again with the F-Tech Dreadnought for bullet velocity and aim down sight speed. And again, ammunition-wise, you want to take the high velocity. There's no question about that for bullet velocity, and demonstrate your smoothness out again. Now we want the aiming stability to be popping. That's where we're going for the Carrizo Lass laser again. And for the stock, we sadly do not have one for aiming stability. We also do not have a Coom for aiming stability. So we're going to settle for an aim down sight speed stock that we can still tune towards aiming stability and even more aim down sight speed. And that gives us a very long range sniper with a surprising quick ADS. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tundra, I would say. And the Tundra I've always liked a lot. So it's a little bit of an AX50 vibes, a little bit faster than the HTR, but you can keep your shots really quick on any distance. Bleep bloop. Now, if you haven't unlocked the M13B yet, check out this video that kind of wraps it together for you and how easy it actually is.